Now, you may be looking at paying up to 40 times for some services from the National Transport and Safety Authority as the state agency seeks to meet its financial shortfalls through increased rates paid by the public. Let's sample the Financial Sustainability Study, draft report number 2, which was presented for stakeholder review and validation, detailing the proposed new rates against what is currently being paid. Now, one of the things is the inspection center license, the annual, which did not have a cost. It's a new revenue stream for them, which the proposed rate is 200,000 shillings. Now, a speed limiter, or what we probably know as the speed governor, is currently going for 50,000 shillings, but now the proposed rate is 150,000, which is a 200% increase, 3 times the price. Now, to get a transport network company license, this is for those who have like taxi hailing companies such as Bolt, Uber and the likes. To get a license, it was 100,000 shillings, but now it is 100,000 shillings. The proposed rate is 200,000 shillings, 100% increase. To get a driving school license renewal for Class A has proposed to be risen from 20,000 to 50,000 shillings. That is 150% increment. Now we have, if you want to get a duplicate registration book, a logbook, the current rate is 2,500 shillings. But the proposal by NTSA is to charge 10,000 shillings. That's 300% increase. Transfer of ownership of vehicle for one that is 1,000 cc and below is currently 1,660 shillings, and the proposal is to raise it to 10,000 shillings. That's an increment of 502%. Now, transfer of ownership of a vehicle of 1,001 cc and above, there are different categories there. All those categories have been doubled across engine capacity categories, and that's a 100% increase on all those categories. And to convert a foreign license, it is currently 1,000 shillings. The proposal is to raise it to 10,000 shillings, which is a 900% increase. Now, that's not all. We still have more numbers for you. And to get a new motor vehicle dealer's license, if you're a dealer and you want to get you want to become a dealer, the current rate is 9,600. The proposal is to raise it to 100,000 bob. 942% increment. Then for second-hand motor vehicle dealer's license, the current rate is 4,200 bob, and NTSA wants to charge you 100,000 shillings. That increment is 2,281%. Some of these numbers may look like it's a typo, but no, we got it right. The renewal of second-hand motor vehicle dealer's license, currently 4,200 bob, and the proposal is to raise it to 50,000 bob. That's an increment of 1,090%. That is the proposal. And change of particulars, that is color specifically. So if you need to change your car color, currently you're paying NTSA 500 shillings, but they want you to pay 20,000 shillings. And this is an increment of, you can see that, 3,900% increment from what is currently being charged. Now, we still have a few more numbers. And motor vehicle registration, it has been doubled across engine capacities. If you want to register a vehicle, number plate, front and rear. Now, this means if you want to get both the front and the rear number plate, currently it will cost you 3,000 shillings. The proposal is to raise it to 5,000 shillings, 67% increase. If you want a single plate, for instance, if you have only one that is probably damaged or lost, you just need to replace one. That means you are currently paying 1,500 for that, but the proposal is to raise it to 2,500 shillings. Or for guys like motorcycles which have only one number plate, really, 2,500 bob is the proposal, 67% increase. Now, a builder's license, this is the license for those who want to put together vehicles, those who manufacture or assemble vehicles. 9,600 shillings is what is currently being paid, and the proposal is to raise it by 942% to 100,000 shillings. That's more than 10 times what is currently being paid. That is the builder's license. Now, we sought to understand what the proposals would mean to car dealers and importers who are among the most affected if these proposals saw light of day. Here's the insight.
It's going to be a difficult move, and for people who are trying to get into the market, I don't encourage, but it's something you should get in a bit more prepared. It's not going to be any more flexible than it was maybe for people who started earlier, but even for people who are just like pretty new like us, I don't consider myself so old in the business, and it's a difficult decision. Yeah. First of all, I have to say Kenya is a very resilient country. So, you know, we always know how to cope with most of the things. But worst case scenario, I know a lot of car dealerships will close down. I've seen a lot of foreign dealers move back to their countries. And it might not be something that we know about, but I know for sure it's a worst case scenario, just maybe shut down and go back to brokering the dealership and all that. If we can come together as dealerships and talk about it and maybe propose something, I hope we can get a hearing and NTSA can consider us, because it's something that I think last year October we had like a car dealership meeting, and hopefully if we can have that, NTSA can maybe put a consideration into some of these things before the law is passed.
So that is a snippet of what would be expected if these proposals that come to light. But what exactly is NTSA's rationale behind the proposals to hike these rates?
Offering more than at a higher cost in terms of service than what we are able to collect from the services. So we have been asking and requesting that we be given a chance to adjust our rates in order to be able to meet the growing economic challenges that every institution faces.